Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Yeah, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Yeah. Again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Top of the morning to you. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. Let's do our morning volume check. Make sure we can be heard out there. 1, 2, 1. Uh-oh. 1, 1, 2, 2. Uh-oh. I don't hear me. I don't hear me. Gotta make sure I can hear me. Gotta make sure I can hear me. I did adjust some of my volumes and stuff. So let's see. Gotta make sure. I'm gonna just take it for granted that y'all can hear me. If you can't, then that's got nothing to do with me. This is crazy. We should do these checks before the show, but we just end up doing them as the show goes on. Welcome to See You in the Morning. My horrible idea to wake up in the morning and come on around the time of 7:30. It could be anywhere. Well, no, it can't. Generally speaking, it's not going to be before 7:30. We in the ballpark of 7:30. It's never going to be like I'm not coming on at 7:28. You don't catch me coming on at 7:15. But 7:45 is special. Can't be late as long as it's before 8. That's all I know. But sometime in the 7:30 area, I come on and talk about way too much that's going on in my personal life. Today, I'm Crocodile Dun Cletus. Crocodile Dun Cle. I'm just out here in clothes and hats. Bucket hat action. I like the bucket hat because you can up the bucket hat. It's a bucket hat. It's buckety. It's very buckety. But we're here. When we're not bucking, we on the show. Now, this show can go any kind of way, any direction. You never know what's going to be said or done on this show. All I guarantee is that I give my best. I'll give my best. Even if my best isn't good enough. Good enough. You all right? Yeah. We just going with the pants up mid-chest today? I mean, listen, you do what you got to do. It's your chest, all right? If you want to cover it with your pants, do what you got to do. That's my child. Anyway, the only constant thing about this show is that first thing in the morning, we go ahead and give the morning mythical medals to the first 3 people that speak. If you get in there, you say hi to me, I'm going to say hi back. The first 3, you get the medals. He pulled the pants up higher. Yep, that's what he did. Starting off with the bronze going to Wilberta. Good morning, Wilberta. The silver going to PP, Patricia Pippin in the building. And the gold going to TT, Tiny and Tasty, Crystal Pinnell. So gold to TT, silver to Patricia, and the bronze to Wilberta. Coming in 4th, almost made it. The aluminum 4th goes to Stars Lawton. Also in the building is Wendy, Franita, Lisa, Pope, Calvin Hill, Natasha, Nasty Natasha is in the building. Yolanda Boyd Daughtry, good morning. My man Snoop is in the building. Denzel's in the building. Betty Burnett. Georgia Sweet of the Berries in the building. Eminem, Emmy Time, Emmy Place. Michelle McKinney is in the building. Marche, chilling it out. Z, last in the alphabet, first in our hearts. Z Rogers in the building. Christine Simons is in the building. This show originally started at 7. Who made that idea? Now that was a bad idea. I'm sure we had a meeting in corporate and decided that wasn't going to work out. Keith is in the building. IDA. Good morning, Niambi. GM. What are you doing? That's why the camera's not picking you up. Oh, you're still in socks. Sasha Fierce in the building. Who else? Sandra's in the building. Joyce Brown from our local K. Roger. Kelly. Good morning, Kelly. Went to college with Kelly. Little known fact, rare fact, little known. Met Kelly when I was singing in the gospel choir. Kelly. What's up, DJ Rod? When I sang in the gospel choir is when I met Kelly. Was holding down the tenor section. It was great. It was a great time. Great time. I met some good people in the gospel choir. I even met a couple of Christians. It was a good time. Working in there, some lifelong friendships built in the gospel choir. As we held down the tenor section. It was a good time. I was tenoring, you know. I get in there, get my tenor on, and just do what I had to do. And probably what I still believe to be the premier gospel choir of all time over at Norfolk State University, at the Norfolk State. I just tend to believe there's no gospel choir that did what we did. We were fantastic, phenomenal. We just stood flat-footed and sang. I sang in a lot of gospel choirs growing up, but still maintained a love for women. I was able to sing for multiple years in the gospel choir and still come out. I was a big fan of women. Not always done. Not always possible. A lot of guys weren't able to find that balance. But I was able to be like, hey, I love the Lord and the ladies. I love the Lord and the ladies. Behold the green and gold. I think I love how black colleges, we love to hold it in. It's a gang. Once you join a solid, once you go to a HBCU, once you're in, you're in. Once you're in. You're doing a good job of surviving. They don't play about it. Matter of fact, there's a lot of people who never attend who still hold good feelings for the HBCU. Still hold them tight. They don't let them go. HBCU homecoming is less about people who actually went to the school and more about people who just happen to come to homecoming every year. No, when they come every year, they don't miss it. Never attended class, but will not miss homecoming. In fact, HBCU homecoming is so different than when you go to a PWI, the traditional colleges homecomings, where they're actually doing crazy stuff like going to the game. I don't know where they get off by doing such a ridiculous thing. Who led them to believe that was okay? You go to the University of Alabama. If you go to the University of Alabama's homecoming, it's 100,000 people going inside the stadium. They're actually paying attention to the game, cheering at appropriate times. They don't care what they wear. They only wear school paraphernalia. It's gonna be no Prada, no Gucci, unless Gucci and Prada makes a University of Alabama T-shirt. $105,000, one goal, one mission. They understand the assignment. You are there to support the school. HBCU homecoming completely different. You're there to eat, drink, be merry. You're there to show off your favorite outfit, something new that you bought. And now social media has ruined what homecoming used to be. Homecoming used to be a time of lies and deceit. You go out, you rent yourself a car that you know you don't drive normally. You go find you a lady of the night, a professional escort to come with you, to make it seem as though you're doing good. Meet my wife, Strawberry. It is her. You got to go meet a woman. You out there lying about your job, telling people what you do. But now, due to the advent of social media, we know what you do. We see you every day. We know what you had for breakfast. You can't even come out in front at homecoming like you used to. Homecoming used to be a time of a wondrous time when you could magically become anything you wanted to be, but not anymore. Not with social media. Now we already know. And you still holding on. Here's the thing. You still holding on. You still holding on. You still trying to get what you didn't get in college. College and high school homecomings. Let me tell you, I've said this before. Most people hold on to their trauma from high school and college for their whole life. That girl you couldn't get in high school, you still trying 20 years later. You don't want her. You really don't want her. You just want the feeling of knowing that you can close that chapter in your life. You tried all through high school. You invited her to the prom. You asked her to just go to lunch with you one time. You tried to share your fries. And I'm going to tell you, there is no greater statement of love in high school than you sharing your fries with somebody. If I decide that you, young lady, are worthy of my fries, that's pretty much the engagement ring of high school. But you never gave me a chance. I tried my best. I gave my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. I did everything I could. So now, 20 years later, I'm hoping, I'm praying that I'm now good enough. College is the same way. What's going on, Miss Bryant, Miss Hollins, Eva Tay? College is the same way. You spent anywhere between 1 to 8 years in college. There was a young lady in college. You thought you had her. You did all you could just for her to go with that Greek guy. Just for her to not pay attention to you just because you only went to class. She wanted to pay attention to you because you didn't have any letters on your chest. You didn't play football. All right, bro. Have a fantastic day, man.
Thank you.
Love you. You could have been all she needed. You saw the way that James treated her. James never treated her right. We all knew James was in the nasty chapter. We knew what they did. We know what that chapter did. They were known to be womanizers. And he was in there. We know what he did. I would have never treated you that way, Shirlene. But you was over there with James. And James was your roommate in college. And you was tired of coming to your room with the sock on the door. You was sick of it. Why you doing this, James? You knew I loved her. I was willing to spend my refund check on her. James didn't care. But now, 20 years later, I'm a successful corporate banker. James, crackhead. In fact, James came into my bank attempting to get a loan, and all of his stuff matched. I mean, he had collateral. His credit was pretty good. But I remember what James used to do to you. So when my loan officer came to me to try to get the approval for James's loan, I politely and gently took my sock off and gave it to the loan officer and told him, tell him no. I put this sock on your desk. I remembered it. But I can't wait till homecoming. Homecoming is my chance because we're now adults. We're grown. We realize that a man is about substance now. It's not about what organization he belongs to. It's not about what sport he plays. It's now about substance. Now you're going to want me because I've got my resume with me. I was chosen as the top 40 under the age of 40. My credit score is 824. Don't you know how I got it that high? I just did. My credit score is 824, and Who's Who magazine. I drive brand new cars. I got big cars. I got big money. Everybody knows me. It's like I'm a movie star. And now I'm finally going to be able to walk up to you, and you're going to be impressed. And I walk up to you because you are the woman of my affection, the woman that I wanted the whole time I was in college. I tried so hard. But look at me now. Fine linen. Shoes of a designer name. And I finally see you across the yard at homecoming, and I start talking to myself. You can do this. You deserve it. She is who you need. And I finally walk over to you. I'm like, hey, Charlene, how are you? And you look me dead in my eyes, man, and with that beautiful smile that you've had since we went to college together. The smile that reminds me of the first day at orientation. I walk over to you and I say hi. You look at me and you clearly say these words. What's your name again? Ah, the heartbreak. What's your name? What's my name? I pawned for you. I got your name tatted on my chest, so we both bond till my dying days. Gave me nothing. She gave me nothing. That's why homecoming is heartbreak. Homecoming is just heartbreak. The only heartbreak that's worse than that particular heartbreak is when you waited all this time and she was the motivation. Charlene was the motivation for you to do better. You never seen anybody as fine. Never seen anybody as fine as Charlene. I'm talking about a beauty. Huh? She was a beauty with a booty. Oh, it was as if God personally selected her. She was the model for models. She was the molding that God chose when he created woman. She was all that in a bag of chips. She helped me each time. I knew that she was the woman for which I was created to lose 1.3 pounds because that's how much each rib weighs. I knew she was the rib from which God took from me and created. Her beauty could not be matched in any way. As she walked through the campus, it was each and every step there was a bit more sunshine. I couldn't stop watching her as she walks. Her gait mesmerized me. With a behind curated like fine hams in a butcher shop. She moved beautifully. If Jesus walked on order, she walked on air. I remember leaving my classes early each day just to get a glimpse of her as she walked across the yard. I remember learning her schedule and mine so that I could just be outside of her door as she went to class. And I saw the other guys yell at her and holler. I saw all of them trying their best, but I knew you were too good for them. I saw it. Their meager attempts to holler at you went nothing. And I can't even express the joy that would come and overflow my soul every now and again when you be saying hi. Or you tell me, let me get a hug real quick. Oh, and each hug was more magnanimous than the other. I would inhale your essence just to smell your beauty as it emanated off of you. It was clearly nirvana. It was the greatest place to ever be. And I remember shedding just a bit of a tear. Just shedding a bit of a tear at graduation because I knew you was going back to your home in Illinois and I was here all the way in Virginia. And I thought myself, maybe moving to Illinois wasn't that bad. I'd risk certain death in Chicago just to be near you again. I'd risk it. because I never witnessed beauty like this before. We fast forward 20 years, and I knew that a woman of your level of virtue, I remember when guys would try to get at you and you were like, no, I'm saving this is something special. And I knew a woman of your virtue, and I remember how I would watch you as you worked out, you went to the track. I knew you was who I wanted. We fast forward 20 years and we get to homecoming, and out of the corner of my eyes, I see those eyes that I've always known, the eyes that I remember from college. But no longer are they on that 5'6" slim frame. Now those eyes are encapsulated and covered with bags. You're smoking a cigarette. I remember that petite frame with those fine hams. Those hams have become hocks. Now you're larger than life. And I noticed 4 or 5 different children running around, and I was like, oh, she still has a dedication to the child care. I realized all of those are yours, and none of them look alike. They're all different hues and colors. And I come over, and that sweet voice that I knew that used to be like, hey, what's up, and give me a hug is now like, hey, what you doing? I was like, oh my God, what happened? Where did my baby go? So now I gotta act like I don't know. Now I gotta act like I don't know who you are. Walk past and be like, yeah, so who are you again? That's crazy. Now that you want me, I'm like, where did the one that I wanted go? That's crazy. It's a lot, man. Now college reunion, man, and homecoming can be different. That girl that girl that used to give it up to all the guys is now giving it up to all the girls. You're confused. That's one of my actual life goals, though. Like, after I make George, it's not about whether I changed or not. Don't worry about me. Yes, I changed a lot. Listen, if you knew me in college, I was super thin in college. Y'all got to remember when I went to college, I was coming straight off of nationally ranked 800 meter runner. Like, it was nationally ranked 1,000 meter runner. I was right there in the 800 too. Like, you got to remember, I was all right. I was putting in that work when I got to college. 145 is where I was at. Now I'm a felt 336. It's different. I went from being a weight to being an area code. You don't want that in your life. I went from being a weight to an area code. Where did my baby go? I love homecoming because that's where all the old dudes is in there. And what I like about the old dudes at homecoming, especially at the HBCU, for them, it's fishing. It's fishing the sea. And all they trying to do, they just gonna throw their hook out there and whatever bites, bites. Whatever bites, bites. They gonna holler at everything that walk. Hey there, little mama, how you doing? Okay, no problem. Hey there, little mama, how you doing? Okay, no problem. Hey there, little mama, how you doing? Okay, no problem. Hey there, little mama, how you doing? Okay, no problem. Do my eyes deceive me, or they now letting angels walk on this earth? Okay, no problem. Hey there, little mama, how you doing? Okay, no problem. Have a nice day. Hey, little mama, can I offer you a drink? Okay, not thirsty. They gonna holler at every last one of them. Every last one of them. I love the old school players. They listen. They are Kelly. No, it's not an option. Failure is not an option. I love it. Love it. That's just homecoming. Meanwhile, when I go to the University of Alabama game, it's all about Roll Tide. That's all they care about. Ain't no hookups going, none of that. They offering food, everybody, man. They there for the game, the experience. It's completely different. I don't know if I could be a lady. I don't know if I could be a lady. Y'all go through a lot. Y'all should flip it. But see, the only problem is ain't no man saying no. Ladies, y'all can't even do that. If there was a group of ladies that every time a guy walk by, hey there, good looking, what y'all want, huh? Y'all want some of this right here? Mr. Charles ain't letting it go. It ain't gonna be the same with the ladies because y'all ain't gonna get turned down. By the time y'all get finished with, hey there, young, and he right there. He coming right up on you. Slide to the left. We don't care what kind of animal you are. Cougar, panther. We want them all. We want them all. Big shout out to my man Snoop down there at the KK side tent. I'm sorry, I got to say all of it. Kappa side tent at homecoming, man. They feed the whole band. They be out of control. That jank beat. That thing jumps right there in the corner by the band room. That's the other thing about HBCU homecomings. You always know where everybody is. 40 years in the same spot. They don't move. You know exactly where they are. They're going to be right here. They're going to be right here. Guys going to be in the same spot they was at in college. Don't nobody move. You're still in that same spot. It was good times. The weekend's here. The weekend is here, man. Today is Friday, man. It's exciting. Some of y'all are going to go out dating. I'm wondering, some of y'all going to go out dating. Some of y'all are going to be with your significant other. Some people just going to be kind of cheating a little bit. And I mean, that's okay. I think the old axiom is if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. We got the ladies here. I got some ladies on here now, man. Here's my question. I had a lady one time tell me everything ain't a date. If we meet at the same time or we going somewhere, we both going together. They're like, everything ain't a date. Some things are dates and some things are outings. What's the difference, ladies, between a date and an outing? And are there different levels of importance between a date and an outing? If a guy was like, hey, man, let's get together, man. Hey, let's meet at 7:30. I'm going to pick you up 7:30. We're going to go out to the park and look at stars, man. I'm really big into constellations, man. I want you to see it. The constellations, man. Come with me, man. We're going to sit together and watch constellations. I'll pick you up at 7:30. He picks you up 7:30. He got a blanket, lays it out in the park, and y'all lay out there in the park. Got a blanket, a couple of pillows. Y'all lay on your back. Y'all have conversation and look at constellations, look at stars. He's like, hey, there go the Big Dipper. There go the Little Dipper. There goes Orion, Ursula Minor, Ursula Major. Ursa Minor, Ursa Major. We do it. Z said, if you don't like them, it's not a date. It's an outing. Interesting. So that means if she tells you, yo, this ain't no date, this is just an outing, that means she doesn't like you. That's a good point. I never thought of it that way. Christine say facts. If she says it's an outing, that means she don't like you. A date is when you take time to plan it, and an outing is something you're doing on a regular. But what if you don't do it on a regular? Like, what if the scenario that I just gave you, that Fernita says, I agree. If she tells you this is an outing, she don't like you. That is, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm trying to learn the lingo. She said, if I don't like you, I'm not laying in no blanket. Right. If I go, so here's the thing, men and women, I think, see it differently. Like if I hit you up and be like, yo, let's go like you say, legal seafood, which it should be illegal to have to pay for the seafood of that cost. Should be illegal for seafood to cost that much. But if you say, let's go to legal seafood, and if I go there all the time, when I walk in, they know your name. Hey, y'all. They be like, hey, how you doing, Mr. Smith? Hey, y'all. Who working today? Tamika working today? You know all of that. You know all the ins and outs of the restaurant. So you go there all the time. Is that a date or is that an outing? I think anytime y'all set a time and a date, that's a date. That's just me. Anytime we set a time and a date, that is a date. Now, whether y'all wanted to be whether you wanted to be considered a romantic date or not, it's a date. If I tell you be ready at 7:30, that's a date. Meet me somewhere at 8, that's a date. Some stuff, it's an outing to me if it's other people involved. See, Z, y'all talking financial. If we go Dutch, then it's not a date. It don't matter to me what country you're from. I gotta remember taking my Whoa, Betty says I could just be lunch. Okay, Betty. I could just be lunch. Okay, Betty. Betty said I could just be lunch. The dudes ain't turning that one down. No, don't try to call IT now, Betty. Betty said, Thank you, Lisa. If it's planned for a day and a time, it's a date. Because you could go out on a date with a friend. It don't have to be romantic. I think when you add other people, it's an outing. You can go on a date with just your friend, just me and one of my. No, because now y'all making it. Now y'all making it weird. That'll make it weird. Y'all hold on real quick. Told you anything can happen on this here show. All right, we back. Anything can happen on this show. Y'all never know. We just in here, we breaking HIPAA laws. We just taking blood pressure in the middle of the show. I know. Betty's comment had me all high. I was like, wait a minute. Betty said, let me just be lunch. You don't have women be forward like that no more. Women ain't forward like that no more. Women don't just go ahead and tell you. So Z said, if I like you, a walk in the park is a date. But how do I know whether you like me or not? How do I make that determination? How do I know going in, oh, this is a date. Oh, I think she liked me. I don't know. I don't know if you don't tell me. You know what I'm saying? Like, how am I supposed to get? In my mind, I think we on a date. If she come back and say this is not a date, it's an outing, that means she don't like you. Z, are y'all telling them off the top whether or not you like them or not? That's crazy. Y'all gonna go right in and be like, nah, cuz you ain't the one. Cutthroat, Z. That's cutthroat. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You going hard in the paint. You going hard in the paint, Z. I think that here's the thing. Here's the thing. And I think unless the first date goes horrifically south, I think a second date is warranted. Because you don't really know. The reason why you go on the date usually is to find out if that person is somebody you like. I can't just automatically be like, no, one date, unless it goes horrifically wrong. Lisa said, no need to waste time. It's got to go horrifically wrong. I mean, she just got to get in your car and act like Sexy Red. There's got to be some type of balance. George, you're right. They'll ghost you and screenshot your messages on Instagram. It starts with the conversations, first of all, not a date. So if your conversation, that's my whole thing. If I've gotten you to the point, if our conversation has gotten you to the point that you allow me to take you out, if my conversation has gotten to the point where you've allowed me, you'd be like, you know what, let's go out. Let's go somewhere nice. Cheesecake Factory. And I come pick you up and we ready to go to the Cheesecake Factory. I vacuum the car out. I vacuum the car out. I got things ready. I'm prepared for this situation. I can't pick you up. It was a 7:30 date. I arrived at 7:25. I stood outside. I put rose petals on the ground. I did all this stuff on the first date. And the date just didn't go. Maybe we were talking and the topic came up. Maybe I was nervous. Maybe I was nervous, Purvis. I couldn't get myself right the first time. Maybe I took you to a restaurant that you didn't care for. Maybe there's all kinds of little things that could have happened. I don't think you'd be like, nah, I'm never going out with him again. That's crazy. I got you to this point, and you just gonna cut bait on one date? Cutthroat. Ladies, y'all cutthroat out here. Meanwhile, it took your grandmama 14 dates before she actually liked your granddaddy, and they stayed married for 436 years. Them true love stories always be like that. The first date was horrible. Lord, it was terrible. He didn't know what he was doing. He was out there trying his very best, just trying to impress me. All right. The first date is just filling each other out anyway. Thank you, Garrett. We just put a lot of y'all ain't never played sports at a high level before. A lot of times when you play high level sports, that first quarter of the game ain't nothing but a fill out process. I'm not giving you my best plays in the first quarter. You're not giving me your best plays. I'm just throwing stuff out there to see how you gonna respond to it. That's what you do in football. You be like, all right, let's just try to toss sweet to the right. Let's see what they doing. I remember as an offensive coordinator, I would call a play to the right. I run it 3 times in a row just so I could see what your defensive end is doing on the left. Hey, what's that defensive end doing on the left? We're going to run to the right, but I need to see what this defensive end on the left side is doing. Is he crashing down? Is he keeping containment? Oh, y'all say he crashing down? Is he crashing hard? Okay, every time? All right, cool. We about to call that fake toss right. Quarterback keep left. What we gonna do? We're gonna run outside because he out of position every time. It's a feel out process. Basketball, how they relating to the zone. Start off in the zone. No, we a man-to-man team, but just throw some zone at them, see if they can handle it. We might have to come back to it. We're going to bootleg. So that's all I'm doing on the first date. The first date, here's what I say, fellas. There's no use in giving them the best option you got date-wise on the first date. Because where you going from there? Go mid-level. I ain't telling you to go low. You never shoot too low, but go mid-level. You got some more in you that can come out again later. But go mid-level on that first date. The first date is a mid-level date. You ain't gotta go to Legal Seafood, but don't take her to Captain D's. Find somewhere in the middle. I would almost suggest Red Lobster, but I don't even know what that counts for in life today. But see how she handles Red Lobster. This is an opportunity to see how she does in public. Does she know how to read? Can she read a menu? Can she order for herself? Can she put some stuff together? Then you know, okay, this is somebody I like to work up to. I like to work up to a Legal Seafood with her. I might not take you off the top to Rude Chris, but also ain't gonna take you to Red Robin. All right, we can do Outback, something like that. The only key I always give fellas, man, is take her on that first date somewhere you'll enjoy too. I'm gonna tell you that off the top. It might be selfish, but I'm all for it. That first date should be somewhere both y'all gonna enjoy. Sometimes we sell out. Fellas will sell out. Just take her somewhere she want to go. You had the worst time of your life, and then you don't even end up with her. Take her somewhere both y'all gonna enjoy. You should have fun too. Know your worth, King. Know your worth, King. Anyway, it's a fun Friday, man. The weekend is on the way, man. A lot of us work all the way up to Friday. Friday is the only day at work we enjoy. Monday through Thursday, you done suffered at work. But Friday, you can't wait till Friday. Friday here, you go in with a whole new spirit. You walk in on Friday, you all good. Hey, Cheryl. Girl, it's Friday. You know what it is. What up, Mr. John? Friday, cuz. I don't know if it's a pay week. I don't know how those work anymore. I've been out of the workforce so long. I don't even know what pay weeks are. It's the 19th. It should be somewhere near pay work, right? The 1st and the 15th. The 19th seemed pay weekish. It got an aroma. It got an aroma of paychecks in the air. Pay week. Y'all know what it is. Unless you got a garnishment, you love pay week. Now, if you got a garnishment, you don't like it. Friday night and the weekend's here. Just got paid. Boom, boom. It's Friday night. Party hunting. It tells you a lot. The first place you go after your check hit tells me a lot about you as a person. The whole, what is it they had? What is it we got now? Direct deposit. Direct deposit has ruined the game. Direct deposit has ruined the game because now you getting your check while you already at a house. I miss the days of having to go in and sign for your check at the end of the day. End of Friday, you go in, sign for your check. I miss those days. I miss them. Those were the days. Because where they went after that bank told me everything I needed to know about them as a person. If you got that check on Friday, some of y'all too young to even know about this. Some of y'all have always had direct deposit. A lot of y'all don't know. It was a time where you got a paper check. First thing you do when you got that paper check, first thing you did, you went to the bank. You went to the bank. Go to the bank. Next move after that bank tells me a lot. If you go straight to the grocery store, if you go to a restaurant, if you go straight to Dominion Power, or my favorite people is the ones that go straight to the ABC store. That person that get that check and go straight to the ABC store, to me, legendary. Legendary. And I know, Denzel, I understand you still a young guy. You don't know nothing about this. Zidane, I told you, legendary. The guy that went straight to the ABC store. Legend. That's a legend in the game. But now direct deposit messed the whole game up. You wake up to your check. I'm going to tell y'all one thing. Y'all got a different level of dedication. If you can wake up on Friday, your check already hit your account. When you at that house and you got the dedication to let that check hit on Friday and you still go to work, y'all different from me. Y'all are a different level. Y'all got a different level of dedication to your job. Because I ain't even going to lie to you. Payday the hardest day to be at work. You know, you got to work the whole day to get that check. That's why they don't get the checks out to the end of the day. Now y'all getting it 12 o'clock. Some of y'all got it. Y'all getting it a day before. Some of y'all getting paid a day early. Y'all are a different level of dedication. But I struggle with it. I hate getting deposits for shows. I have to do it because it's the only way to make sure people are dedicated to me coming to them. But whenever I get that deposit, especially if I ask for half up front. Especially if I ask for half up front. If I ask for half up front, then when I get there to do the show, I feel like I didn't get paid nothing. I'm like, man, this is all I got. Knowing that I've already spent half of it up already. But that's neither here nor there. We getting out of here, man. Friday. I ain't gonna hold y'all long on a Friday. News, weather, sports. News is the same. Weather's the same. Sports. NBA playing games tonight. I still think it's ridiculous that they had these play-in games, but they got NBA play-in games tonight, so you can watch those if you decide to stay home. If you decide to stay home, that's what you got. You got Bulls, Heat, Kings, Pelicans. I just don't think the Pelicans, I think they could have went with a better name. And I know it means something down there in New Orleans, but I almost need that mascot that inflicts some kind of ain't nobody scared of no pelican. Out of all the animals y'all could have picked, y'all picked pelicans. The pelican. Hey, there ain't no bird. Nobody. First of all, most people ain't seen a pelican before in their whole life. And you choose a pelican. It's getting so sad in Portsmouth, man, Snoop, that a shooting in Portsmouth, it's kind of expected. You kind of be surprised when there isn't one. That's what we've gotten in this society now. Where you be like, nobody got shot last night? Nobody? That's crazy. You got a better chance of somebody hitting the lottery than you do of somebody not getting killed in this city. And that's bad. That is bad. And that yesterday's shooting was at like 10:30 in the afternoon. Not good at all. Not good at all. But we ain't focusing on that, man. Everybody on this show, we gonna keep moving, gonna keep pushing. We're not gonna be parts of that. It's not gonna happen to us, our families. We ain't for it. We ain't for it. The day's word of the day is underwhelm. Underwhelm. To underwhelm someone is to fail to impress or excite them. Despite the hype, the movie underwhelmed most viewers who criticized its slow pace and poor special effects. Underwhelmed. Despite his best efforts to take Z out and impress her, the young man underwhelmed her and did not get a second date. To which she replied, ain't no use in us wasting no time. Underwhelmed. Hopefully your weekend does not underwhelm you, man. Hopefully it at least meets your expectations if it doesn't take you to the next level. Hopefully it at least meets your expectations, if not exceeds them. We're going to do it. It's a fantastic Friday. Remember, there's an amazing day ahead of you. There's amazing times, man. Even when life seems like it's hard, just know those tough times are making you a bit stronger. You may not see it right then, man, but you're going to realize it a little bit later. You're like, man, I'm way stronger than I thought I was going to be. And you're going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. I think you'll do great. Man, listen, today, you know what it is about today is make somebody feel good, man. Even if that somebody just happens to be you. And God willing and the creek don't rise, we'll be back here. We'll be back here. We'll be back. I had Chinese food last night, and now I'm talking. We'll be back here. We'll be back here again on Monday, man. Bigger and better than we were, hopefully. That's going to be my goal. Hope y'all have a fantastic weekend, man. Don't forget about your boy. Hey, tomorrow night, I'm at the FFX Theater in Virginia Beach. 2 shows, 5 and 8 o'clock. I'm opening for Brad Stein. Other than that, have a great weekend. Peace.
Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you back play this Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started